Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel, Sasha Reads, and these are my favorite romances that I read in 2024. Okie dokie. So I read 180 books last year, 186 books I think. Most of them were romances. And so if you want to hear about my books that are my favorite that were not romances, I have another video for that, so I'll link that up above for you to watch. But right now we're talking about all the contemporary romances that I say contemporary, there's like two paranormal-ish romances, but like at the core they're a romance. They're not a different genre with romance mixed in, if that makes sense. So let's get to it. I'll start from the bottom when there's really no rhyme or reason to this list, but some I did like more than others, and you'll find that out at the end of the video. But I read Evocation by S.T. Gibson this year, and I really enjoyed it. So many people didn't like it, and so I was very... Is that trepidatious a word? I was very wary going into this book because not a lot of people liked it. But when I went into it and I was reading it, I'm like, dude, this is a romance. This is beautiful. I loved it. I loved the relationship between all three people in the throuple, how like they worked together as well as how they worked separately. And I loved the background too, because there's a second chance romance between Reese and David, but then I also liked how Reese and Moira were. Anyway, very beautiful book, very beautiful story, and I'm very excited for the next one. It wouldn't be Sasha favorites if there was no Katie Robert on this list, and I read Wicked Beauty this year and I really loved it. We have another throuple, but this one is the third book in the Wicked, no, not the Wicked Villains, the Neon Gods series by this author. So all of the books in her books, pretty much every book they've ever written is queer in some sort of way, okay? So this one is about Patroclus, Achilles, and Helen. And Helen has been told that she's the prize for the winner of the competition. And so she puts herself into the competition because she doesn't want to marry someone who has won a competition for her. And then you've got Achilles and Patroclus, who are already the established couple. And they both have a attractiveness to Helen, and just seeing all three of them work together, but also the dom-sub relationship between them as well. I don't know, I really liked it, okay? It made me feel all types of things, and I was very happy with it, and I'm very excited to get on with the next book in this series. Next is a wild card. I've never heard of this author before, but I still think about this book, and then this is Contract Bound by Elle May. This is a vampire romance, and it's sapphic, and it's literally vampire with the vampire hunter, and it's bodyguard with the princess, and it's just, oh. So pretty much you've got this girl, there's this whole vampire hunter society, right? And then you've got vampires as well, and all the vampires, it's very classic. There's like kings and courts and things like that. Now, the vampire hunter of this relationship has actually been told that she's now the bodyguard for the heir of this vampire throne, right? And she's like, what the fuck? I thought we hate these guys. Lots of background stuff happening. Now, the princess does not think she needs a bodyguard, so she tries to get rid of them each way. She tries to seduce them. She tries to bribe them with money. But this one vampire hunter is very sure that this clan that she's now a bodyguard for killed her family, so she is not going to accept anything by this princess. And it is very enemies to lovers. It is very knife to throat. It was beautiful. I loved it. And I really should read the sequel because I don't know why I haven't yet. Next, I don't think it's any surprise, but we're going to talk about Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This is the third Elsie Silver I read last year, and it was definitely my favorite. I think you can tell her writing has definitely evolved since the Chestnut Springs series. Even though I did read Heartless in a day, I still have some issues with it. But Wild Love is just where my heart is. I love Ford Grant so much. He's so grumpy. I just love his love for Rosie, and I love those two together. I love their banter. I love their flirtationship. Ford loves his mum so much. And I just love to see a man who loves his mum. If you want to see how a man's going to treat you, see how they treat their mum. Okay? That's how I look at it. That is not the be all end all. That's just whatever. Anyway, I went into it with low hopes because some other people weren't liking it. But I had a fun old time and I'm very excited to get to the next book in the series. Another really fun book that I was not expecting to love, but that is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. I think I read it back in January and I'm still thinking about it, all right? It was so much fun. It was so gory. I listened to the audiobook. I think the audiobook definitely made it. I tried to listen to the audiobook for the second book and I did not like it, okay? So it was something about this audiobook in particular. Just the way the story was. So this is pretty much two serial killers who fall in love after they've challenged each other to get more kills. And both these serial killers kill other serial killers, okay? They're not like just out here whacking old Nancy down the road. They are purposely getting other serial killers. And I thought that that's so beautiful. They're like making the world better, like one death at a time. I really loved their banter too. I think they worked really well together. And yeah, that was just a grand old time. It was really more of a comedy than it was a dark romance. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Oh, another one I had so much fun with, I don't think I ever talk about though, is The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. I think I was having like a weird just slump, like life slump, reading slump, content slump. And then I read The Fake Mate. I think this is what I wanted Ali Hazelwood books to be, okay? It really did give me Raylo vibes, okay? So it is I don't really want to say it's an Omega verse, but it's like a shifter romance, two wolf shifters. You've got the Kylo Ren character who is like this major grumpy doctor at this hospital. And then you've got the Rey character. She's trying to hide her scent because she's an Omega, but she doesn't want people to know that she's an Omega because there's lots of things that come with it that's not great. And he's like a super male alpha, right? And they need to fake date because he's trying to get a promotion and she's trying to get her mum off her back. Obviously the fake dating turns into real dating and turns into love, and I loved it so much. I just have a special thing for shifter romances, okay? I'm not ashamed of it. I'm going to own it loud and proud. Wolf shifter romances are my jam, okay? The next on this list is Role Playing by Kathy Yardley. Now this is it's Reverse Grumpy Sunshine. It's an older romance, like she's in her 40s, he's in his 50s, I think. It was just really fun. There was like, the premise was pretty funny because her son has just gone to uni and she likes to play video games, right? And this woman at some sort of, it's a small town, so one of those gatherings, like gives her son's email and was like, hey, my son likes to play that game too, you two should like meet up. And she's thinking her son is like 18, right? So she messages him and the son is like, oh, you're my mum's friend, you must be her age. So he thinks she's like 80, okay? So those two, there's already that miscommunication, but it was a fun one. It's not like I like you, but I'm not going to tell you sort of thing. And they start playing, and then I think he gets sick, so she comes over, and then he's like, who the hell are you? And she's like, who the hell are you? Where's the 18-year-old? And he's like, are you the 80-year-old? And it's really funny, okay? So I loved how their friendship blossomed into a relationship. He does have some baggage, so does she. She has an ex-husband. He has an ex-fiance who then married his brother. That's just so random. I read that a lot this year. Ex-fiance is getting with a sibling. I don't understand it, but it needs to stop, okay? There was this dinner scene almost at the end of the book where I was so ready to watch our homegirl like beat down the ex-fiance, because if you're looking for something with like BIPOC representation or queer representation, I definitely suggest this one. We've then got Party Animal by Ali K. Mulford. Oh my gosh. So this is the third, or out of the fourth. I read 4 Ellie K. Moffats this year, okay? And this is the third book in her Zookeeper series. And this is sapphic, and it's got plus size representation, and the love interest reminds me of Ruby Rose, and so it was very hot. It was also like a gay awakening, right? So pretty much our new chef for the island, before she gets the job, right, she's at the bar in the mainland, right, and she sees her ex walk in, and so she turns to the first person she sees next to her and goes, "Kiss me," and that is our main character. And I was like, hello. And so they kiss, and then then they go, oh, this is what's her face and this is what's... Anyway, they don't see each other again after their kiss, even though it was like magical, and they don't exchange numbers or whatever. It's like a week later. I know her name isn't Ruby Rose, but I'm just going to keep calling her Ruby Rose because I can't remember her name. But Ruby Rose goes back to her family zoo, sees the chef, and she's like, oh my God. And the chef is like, I've never been with a woman. I've never even thought about being with a woman before. Yeah, so bi awakening or gay awakening, plus size representation, teaching moments. I love that so much. Really fun time, and I definitely suggest this whole series, the Prickle Zoo Island series. Book 4, I just got the arc for it. I'm very excited because it's like childhood friends to lovers. So excited. Next is Charm Offensive by Alison Cochrane. This is a surprise because if you've been on this channel, if you know me, I'm not a big fan of Meredith faves. But Meredith, this is one of Meredith's faves, and it's got the sash tick of approval. This was so cute. I was bawling my eyes out. There was a vlog somewhere of me bawling my eyes out to this book. Just the acceptance between these two characters. The acceptance of what the other person has gone through in their struggles was just so near and dear to my heart. So this is a queer bachelor, right? But he doesn't realize he's queer, I think, until he meets his producer, Dev. And just wants Dev, really. He doesn't want all the other ladies. He wants Dev. And then, it was just, I don't know, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I love reading, like, Bachelor Inside books because I just love the back end of The Bachelor. Like, I don't really like watching The Bachelor, like, the reality show. I love watching the behind the scenes. And, this was that book all wrapped up in a very cute romance. And I'm very excited to read more by this author. Okie dokie. We're getting to our top 2. I say top 2, even though I'm going to talk about series. I read 5 Anna Wang books last year. 5, okay? And I gave them all 5 stars. But some I really did enjoy more than others. Mainly King of Pride and King of Sloth, okay? King of Pride, I don't know, something about a man in a suit, a British man in a suit, just wrapping his sleeves up. Kai Young, excuse me, I love you. But then also Javier being down bad for Sloane in King of Sloth is just, I loved it so much. I really thought King of Greed was going to be my fave. It still is really good, but Kai and Javier are just both taking up more space in my heart. Sorry, Dominic. Now, my favorite series, romance series that I read this year, definitely would have to be the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage. All 3 of these books have my heart. I love the small town romance. I love the mental health representation on all 3 books as well. And I love the relationships between all the brothers and just all the siblings, as well as the girl relationships too. Like Swift and Saddled, man, has my heart. Ada has always been like that girl who doesn't really have friendships with other women, right? But when she comes to Rebel Blue Ranch, oh, I love it so much. She's such like the black cat to Wes's like golden retriever. I love Emmy and Luke. The way he helps her like with her panic attacks and with her ADHD. Ugh. The long-awaited Gus and Teddy romance. Oh my gosh. And there is like really like moment like with Teddy and her dad in here too. It just healed my daddy problems. This whole series has my heart for now and forever, And I'm so, so excited for Wild and Wrangled when that comes out. I believe it's in April, so I'm very excited. But yeah, these are definitely my top books of the year, and you can't make me choose between them, okay? So yes, those were my top 10 romances that I read in 2024. Let me know down below, what was your favorite romance that you read last year? I would love to know. But if you've got nothing else to say, pop a cowboy emoji for the Rebel Blue Ranch series, because why not? Cowboy owns my heart. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos by me. You can also add me on Goodreads, Instagram, and Storygirl. It's just at @SashReads. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye!